Hello everybody! How's it going? Yeah, let's put it just a little bit lower. As always, we need to do some adjustments. Okay, here we go.
Hi! We said we weren't going to come back and do a live, but here we are.
Here we are, and we just figured it out because basically we like live videos and we like cooking live. What? So what we decided to do is to do a few series for the breakfast, and I think that it's going to be a very beneficial for you, we think, and because I think that you guys liking those live videos as much as we do. Thank you for your comments and suggestions.
Yeah, and I think that starting with breakfast is a great place to start because it's morning, and also sometimes I feel like it's easy to get stuck in a rut, especially when it comes to breakfast foods. So we're gonna do a short series with vegan breakfast recipes. So today we're showing you how to make a tofu scramble.
So as you know, it's gonna be like a scrambled eggs, and it tastes really
good. If you feel like you're missing eggs in your diet when you transition to like a whole food plant-based diet, or you transition to a vegan diet, then this is a great recipe to have on hand. We eat this for dinner a lot, but you can totally make it for breakfast. It's very breakfasty, especially like on the weekends if you have a little bit more time, but it doesn't take that long to create. I'm gonna have everything back here today instead of out in front of us because I need the stove. Yeah, and we'll get started. And I will, of course, always leave the recipe down in the description below. Let me know what you think if you have any questions, and let's get started.
Let's do this. So I'm gonna be behind the camera today mostly, so here we go.
Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, I've got my stuff all like cut up and everything like this. So I've got some, I can just go through the ingredients real quick. I've chopped up a medium onion, 2 garlic cloves. I've got 1 block of extra firm tofu. And then over here, I have got, can you?
Oh, this way, sorry.
Then over here, I've got nutritional yeast. I've got some vegetable bouillon, mustard, soy sauce, garlic salt, turmeric, maple syrup, and diced tomatoes, and salt and pepper. And that's actually all that goes into it. You can put spinach into it or any kind of vegetable that you prefer. I'm gonna make a really easy version today and then top it with some sunflower microgreens. So let's get started. In a large mixing bowl, that's what you want to have. And I've got the firm tofu, and I'm just gonna break it apart until it looks like kind of like egg crumbles. And you wanna make sure that you soak out drain excess water. So a way to do that is to just stick it in either a clean dish rag or some paper towel, and then just press it. A trick that works that I use a lot is I just wrap it up in the paper towel, and then I just stick it under a cast iron pot, so the heaviness of the pot actually drains the water out. And so now I'm just making it look like a scrambled egg, right? And eggs are probably one of the worst things that you could eat, so this is a really great option. And then this recipe also has
it's funny because you will hear probably a lot of differences about it. You know, the eggs are the best, at least you should have 1 egg a day, and all
from all the sponsored studies from the egg companies.
and then those sponsors basically, I'm gonna stay behind. So, and then basically in Poland you have this kind of a thing that people will tell you like, hey, you know, it's good to have once a day egg because it's a life-giving thing, and you find everything in it. I'm like,
but an egg is actually just a chicken's period, which is pretty gross if you think about it. Okay, so let's move on. So I've got the tofu in there. I've got it all kind of scrambled. I've got it all screwed up in there. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of mustard. I'm going to use my hands because that's so not coming out. Or maybe I can use this.
Hey, and we're not using Vitamix today, so...
Yeah. If you watched our last live video, what a debacle.
You guys have to watch the last episode. We destroyed the kitchen, man.
Oh God.
Oh man, no, don't do it.
Don't even start it today. Okay, and then I'm adding the nutritional yeast. This is a 1/4 cup nutritional yeast. And the turmeric powder. This is such a good thing to include in your daily diet. It's really anti-inflammatory. It's great for prevention of disease, cancer, and it is something that I have in my diet every single day. With this recipe, you get your full amount that you need in there. So, I'm gonna keep this for later. So I've added the soy sauce, the mustard, the nutritional yeast, and the turmeric. And I'm gonna put, and garlic salt. And I'm gonna put just a little bit of pepper in here right now.
Go a little bit closer. There we go.
And
that already smells
good.
amazing.
Yeah, it already smells like kind of egg.
You guys should like really come once and just smell this food.
Smell-o-vision. So I'm gonna set this aside, and now I'm gonna take the frying pan and I'm gonna work in there for a moment. I'm just going to put a little bit of water. So this is an oil-free recipe. So I'm just gonna water fry. So I've got a little bit of water in there. I'm gonna turn the burner on, and then I'm gonna add my favorite, which is vegetable better than bouillon.
Which, by the way, when there was a quarantine, I ordered better than bouillon because we were like, man, it's not in Costco. It's not like nowhere to be found. That's like ridiculous. The vegetable version of it, because the chicken you can find and stuff. And like, we better order somewhere. So I found it in Walmart. I'm like, oh, look, they're very expensive. They really put the price up. Like, there was like, it said, well, I read it wrong, 2-pack for like $30. I'm like, well,
that's ridiculous.
Okay, well, I guess it is what it is because we need it, right? We ordered 10 baby ones.
He ordered 10 baby ones.
We have so much vegetable bouillon.
Come on over to our house. We'll give you
it's ridiculous.
a pack. Okay, so I've got the water boiling here. I'm just gonna add like a small amount of that, maybe like a quarter teaspoon or something like that. And then I'm gonna add in the onions and the garlic.
Oh yeah, here we go. Man, smelled onion, right?
Smells so good.
Who doesn't like that? I love it, especially in the morning. I don't know why, it just makes your house stink, but in the same time makes it like, you know, this nice, cozy, smell. And garlic too. Garlic is one of my favorites.
So I'm going to let this just saute for a bit. If you find that you need to put more water, or that your onions or garlic are starting to get a little bit close to burning, then just put a little bit more water. I think I actually already will put a little bit more water, maybe like that. And of course you can always turn the heat down too. So you just want to kind of water fry these until they are translucent-ish. So I'd say that's about 5 to 7 minutes. And we will stand here in silence for that 5 to 7 minutes.
No, well, let's talk. So, okay, another idea that we had, because obviously we're getting a little bit more together on the videos, which, you know, it's great. I mean, I enjoy it very much, that journey. But we were thinking to do Q&A, right?
Oh, yeah. So we wanted to do a Q&A probably later this week. It's with my hair. It's like
You have a little
electric
fringe. It's
So
electric.
I was thinking if you guys have any questions regarding recipes or veganism, or how to start a whole foods plant-based diet, or weight loss on a whole foods plant-based diet, or anything about a home birth,
or how to fight once a month, you know, like that, we can do that too.
then just leave a comment down in the in the comments, not in the description box, and let us know so that we have some questions to answer. And we'll get to. I have a couple that I've just been kind of saving that people have asked in different comments of different videos. But if you have any more, I don't want to keep it super long.
Yeah, we do have some questions. Like people, I mean, not we do. People start asking some questions. So we're like, well, is it enough to like pull up the video, right? But you know, we can do live videos, so you guys can also ask, like Michele said, some questions, and hopefully some people will show up, because you know, sometimes it's like, even though the quarantine is here and still, like, I'm finding out that, like, people still don't have time. Like, people actually have less time now than...
I feel like I have less time than I had before.
It's weird. Like, we know so many people who works, like, in school district, and they are overwhelmed with this whole thing, man. They're, like, working so hard. So, anyway, let's not change the subject. But, yeah, so if you guys have any questions, just go for it.
What?
What is it, Eli? And you have no idea what's going on.
The helmet?
Let me check him out.
Okay.
I'll check it out.
Okay, so let me show you the progress of these onions here. So we are the water is soaking up. The one thing with tofu scramble, or with most things, is that you don't want to make it too watery, right? Or else you're going to be sitting here forever. So just monitor, stir often, and you'll be good to go. So I'd say this needs maybe just a couple more minutes. And the cool thing about this recipe is that you really don't need... You just need that bowl and the one frying pan. Always crooked, always. And it's not going to be like a lot of dishes that you have to deal with. Okay, so I feel like that's in a good place. Let me just show this here since Chris is upstairs. And now I'm gonna add that mixture. So I'm gonna turn it down just a touch. And I'm gonna add in the tofu here. So how can you see this? Just like that.
Ooh, that looks very nice.
Yeah. And you know, the turmeric is really beneficial for your health and something that you should be having anyway, but also it just kind of gives like a yellowish, you know, tofu, scrambled eggs.
And obviously you can like research what's the turmeric good for, but can you tell us in like few words what's good for?
Yeah, I mean, overall, you want to have it for anti-inflammatory purposes. Inflammation in our body, you know, can come in many different ways. Inflammation when you have like some kind of acute something going on, like you cut yourself, you want that inflammation working in your body. But chronic inflammation you don't want in your body. And so turmeric is actually a plant source that is anti-inflammatory, and it's very powerful. If you have arthritis or if you have any kind of chronic inflammation in your body, whether it's, you know, from a lifestyle disease or from some kind of joint issue, this is helpful. It's also been shown in a lot of studies to prevent
You have some in your
yeah, I
hair.
don't know, some of my hair, and reduce you know, the risk of getting cancer. So it's something that I try to include in my diet every single day, whether I sprinkle it on salads or put it in a juice or like have the actual root in the juice, or just, I don't know.
You know what I recently found out too?
Can you show what that looks like?
Yeah. That Himalayan salt is not from Himalayan. What a scam. I'll tell you about this a little bit later.
Okay, so you can see that this is looking really nice right now. And I'm just gonna let this saute for a few more minutes. So you don't want it super watery, because the next thing I'm gonna put in is diced tomatoes from a can, and that's gonna add more water. So make sure the water is cooked out a bit. I think that's probably good. And now I'm just taking a can of diced tomatoes, and I've just ever so slightly drained them. And I'm gonna pour them right in here. Of course, you could use fresh tomatoes if you want. That's going to provide even more water.
But remember, this is easy cooking.
Yeah.
So that's the can is here too. And the quarantine still is here. I don't know. Anyway. Hey.
Tell us your story about salt.
So the Himalayan salt. Did you guys know that the Himalayan salt is not from Himalaya? It's actually... Can I speak once in a while? It's actually from... Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Is where most of them are
Like,
from.
what? Like, that's amazing. Why did you say Himalayan salt? And then you're like thinking it's like a sea salt and stuff.
Well, it's not sea salt. Himalayan salt is a rock
You're very
salt.
welcome. Wait, you're thanking for my Himalayan out things or
Probably the
this?
Himalayan interesting things. Okay, so now you can see there's some more water in this, so we're just gonna put the heat up just a bit higher for the sake of, you know,
Wait, the
not cooking
bubbles
this
down.
forever.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
love.
What
How's
you
it
do-
going?
Do you want to show yourself for a second?
Yeah.
Let me.
Woohoo.
Hey, check it out.
So something that you could add to this would be any kind of vegetable. You could do like a pepper or like a bell pepper or mushrooms.
Can you say
Can you
hi?
say hi?
No.
He doesn't like the camera.
Okay.
He always tells me no photos.
No photos. He doesn't like paparazzis.
Yeah. So you could add, just to get more vegetables in, you could do mushrooms, bell peppers, broccoli. I personally like it pretty simple. Aww. Well.
Okay, I can give him.
Daddy's gonna get you some, okay? Normally I would add in some spinach, but I don't have any.
Dude, do you want
Oh,
this?
smoothie. You want your smoothie?
Smoothie. No?
No?
You want
You just want milk?
You want a soy milk?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He has a bottle in his room. So I'm gonna cook this down. I feel like I've broken up this sentence like 50 times. Gonna cook this down. Ooh, sharp, cool. And normally I would add spinach in, but I'm not gonna add spinach today because I just don't have it. I do have sunflower microgreens that we grew and in our hydroponics, but actually we use soil this time. And so I'm gonna put those on top, but I don't wanna cook them because I don't wanna suck the nutrients out of them. So this thing, the next thing that you do, I'm almost done here, is add some maple syrup, which seems very counterintuitive, but something about like the spices, the turmeric, the garlic salt, the salt and pepper, and the maple syrup with the mustard really is like kind of like the secret ingredient that makes it work. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in.
Yesterday I had the beans with mustard and ketchup as a sauce. It was delicious. It was really good.
Like
What
baked
else?
beans.
Baked beans. Yeah. What else was there?
I don't remember what she put in there. I feel like she put brown sugar. This is my mom.
Brown sugar. Yeah.
Okay, so take a look at this. Maybe you can do a close-up again.
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
almost finished. I just want to cook out too much liquid because that's the worst when you put it on the plate and then it's like.
It's watery. Yeah. Nobody likes it.
So
like
I'm going to
that.
bring the heat up a bit higher, and then the key is to constantly stir this, just so that you don't burn it because it is higher,
That looks
and you just
really
want to get
good.
rid of the liquid. Now you can have this alone, which is what I often do, with some vegetables, or you can put it on some toast if you want it to be more breakfasty.
Yeah, thank you. Looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's very good.
It tastes really nice.
Yeah, and I'm not like a huge tofu person. I don't really like it that much. And I feel like it's all about how you season it. And so for me, this recipe is my go-to if I'm gonna eat tofu because I just really like all the things that are in it. It's very healthy, no oil, and it's also, tofu is a great source of plant protein if you are trying to build muscles. Build muscle. Tofu is something
Who's
you can
built
add
muscle?
in, or tempeh, or if you're using soy products really have a bad rap. But if you get organic soy products, then you're safe.
fine,
It's not
yeah.
a genetically modified crop if it's organic.
So that's kind of a myth about soy. Like, yeah, it's not a myth if it's not organic.
But there is a little disclaimer. If you already have like a thyroid issue or something where you are sensitive
No.
to soy, then of course you don't want to be using that. There's other
Eli, please don't do it.
sources of plant protein like pea protein and different legumes and beans that you can eat. But if you're just a regular person and you don't have a thyroid issue at all, organic soy is not something that you should be afraid of. It's really, really not a bad thing. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of this here. Let me get a serving bowl. so
Yeah,
you guys
tofu
can
is really
see.
interesting because like tofu is like, I don't like tofu at all. But like Michelle said, I think because it needs to be seasoned right. Because when it's just tofu, it's like
Yeah, it's like tasteless.
it's like nothing. It's like you would eat just like something that is chewy. But it's
So these are some microgreens that Chris harvested yesterday. We grow these
beautiful.
hydroponically, but we grew these ones in soil because for whatever reason, I don't know, it wasn't working this last time. The weather's been
Yeah.
weird, so they're really beautiful. And these also are really nutrient dense as well. And they taste like super nutty. So if you have the opportunity to make them in your own house or in your kitchen, on the windowsill, do it. Or if you see them in the store, give it a try. If you haven't tried these, they're really, really
But
good.
I can tell you this in store will cost you like $5, and it's cost you actually almost nothing if you're gonna do this by yourself. So it's better to do it this way. And what I love about this is that, like Michelle said, it tastes like a sunflower. Younger it is, it's better. If you're gonna see that other leaf coming in, that's a sign that you should harvest them like now, because that's the true leaf. And so older they are, they're less tasty, like nutty, and they taste more like a green.
Yeah,
However,
and
it's still amazing.
No, they're still great, but like obviously with microgreens, you're getting so many more nutrients than you are in the mature plant. And so the younger they are, the more nutrients they have in them. Okay,
What
so,
I really love about this is that nut is a fat, and there's no fat in this. Like,
yeah, it's really good.
it's awesome.
So I'm gonna put some of this in a bowl and I'll top it with those sunflower
I should
microgreens.
wash them, I think.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Unless you like dirt in your food. Maybe you can get some B12 that way.
Yeah, and there's like a full
Okay, so I'm making this a gigantic portion just so the bowl looks full, but I wouldn't eat this whole block of tofu by myself normally. Okay. So again, like if you had spinach, you can put a few handfuls in there. It actually looks really pretty because then you've got a lot of stuff going on. But this is great, if you have some friends coming over and you want to do kind of like a brunch style breakfast or just like a kind of family style, then I'm just going to top this with the sunflower greens. I'm not going to cut them because they're so pretty. And there it is. That's that. If you want, you could add, of course, more pepper. And at this point, I didn't put really any salt in here. So if you want to put some imposter Himalayan salt from Pakistan on there, you absolutely can put a little bit of that.
Why do they call it Himalayas? Because it's pink, but what?
I don't know,
Mountains
maybe,
are not
I feel like
pink.
originally maybe that's where it was harvested, but I mean, think about how much Himalayan salt you see everywhere. Like, it's got to be from somewhere else too.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
I'm
what I was
putting,
thinking too.
crushed
but-
red pepper, crushed chili, what are these called? Chili?
Red flakes.
flakes, organic. That's not what I would call them.
Because on the ship they're calling them.
Chili flakes.
I forgot.
Looks great. Did you use black salt? No, April, that's a great question.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, I actually think I heard about it from somebody else, but I know that I've had the same conversation with April, who just commented. Using black salt, that sulfur taste is in there, and it really gives that full egg taste. But we were talking about it. We wanted to order some black salt.
Yeah.
Kala namak. Okay, we're gonna look for that because we want
Unless
to
you're
order
reading
it.
better, it's kaman alak.
No. And then if you want, you could put hot sauce on this. Should we do that?
Do it.
Just a little drops.
Did you ever try that sauce? It's delicious.
I haven't tried the sauce and I haven't tried black salt, but I've definitely heard about it. So
That's
I
a new
want to
sauce.
order it.
I'm like obsessed with sauce. That's the real name of it. Okay, great. No, it's awesome. Like we're gonna definitely research
try it
that.
out.
We're gonna look for it, April. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
that's
for the
awesome.
suggestion. Okay. It's really hot.
Like
But
hot as
also-
the temperature.
Temperature hot.
I don't like
It's
very
really
hot.
good.
5 hours later.
Looks delicious. It totally is delicious.
Oh my gosh.
I love your reactions. He should always be the one to taste everything.
No, because
I'm like,
like,
yeah, it's good.
you're like, oh yeah, you know, I didn't have it a long time, but I know how it tastes. Like, no, you don't.
It's really good. Okay, you guys, so there is a really easy breakfast idea. Only took, I don't know, 20
Would you
minutes
be
to
pissed?
put together. Yeah, but it's so typical. Like, how many things do I drop all the time? I'm like the queen of dropping things in the kitchen.
This is delicious.
We never have matching cups because I drop them all. Anyways, yeah,
You talk and feed.
talk and feed. Thank you so much for watching. If there's
Thank you.
a breakfast that you want to know a recipe to that we can include in this series, let us know. I have some ideas, but of course, I'm always open to suggestions. So hope you guys have a wonderful Monday morning.
And don't forget the Q&A.
Yeah, if you have any questions for the Q&A, please leave them down below so that we're not just, sitting there twiddling our thumbs. That'd be great.
It's like, it's supposed to be Q&A, but nobody asked any questions. So, hey, how was your day doing?
My day was good.
Mine too. Okay, end of video.
All right, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.